All right, guys. So this is probably one of the most baffling stories that I've read in a while. Okay, outside of Mitch McConnell one about him wanting corporations out of politics, but this right here, right, just blows my mind. Right, I'm doing mental gymnastics just trying to have a solid take on this story. Okay, I really am, because Caitlyn Jenner, right, who used to be Bruce Jenner, may run for governor of California, according to a new report. Caitlyn Jenner, who's a Republican, is running for governor of California. At least that's the rumors, right? And I really just don't even know what to think. But let's read a little bit more here. Rumor has it that former U.S. Olympic athlete and Keep Up With The Kardashians star Caitlyn Jenner is considering a run for California governor in the recall election. A report from Axios states that Jenner has been privately consulting with political advisors about being a candidate, making her incumbent governor Gavin Newsom's biggest opponent yet, if the rumors are true. Three sources that told Axios are saying that Jenner, a transgender Republican, has oh my God. Anyways, has acquired help from Caroline Wren, former President Trump's 2020 campaign fundraiser. Newsom, according to Insider, is an embattled governor who is facing a troubled election in his state's recall election. A recall election, or a recall petition, is when voters can remove an elected official from office before the person's term has ended via a direct vote. Newsom won the 2018 gubernatorial election with 61% of the vote, Insider reported. Interestingly, Jenner's rumored campaign is parallel to former Republican Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger's victory in 2003. The Terminator ended Democratic Governor Gary Davis in the recall election. Republican Californians have been campaigning for Newsom's gubernatorial demise. Although the recall election has not been officially authorized, needing about 1.5 million signed signatures from registered voters and having until April 29th to get counted, organizers are saying they exceeded expectations, ABC News reported. A former law enforcement officer secured more than 2 million signatures in less than 2 years to remove Newsom from office, the San Francisco Gate reported. Quote, I'm participating in something that is a monumental and historic, and it's something that, this country was founded upon. Orrin Heatley, the main organizer for the recall of California Governor Newsom's campaign and retired county sheriff, said, we're bringing government back to represent the people. All right. So, wow. Just wow. Well, it looks like Gavin Newsom, right, again, could be facing a recall election, something that I've talked about before, right? It looks like that, probably is more likely than not that's going to happen. And, we do have some history, right, in regards to a Republican winning a recall election, who's also a celebrity, right, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, this isn't out of the realm of possibility, right? Anything can happen. Now, my question is, how are the Democrats going to frame this, right? How are they going to go after Caitlyn Jenner? Because remember, the Democrats love identity politics, right? And this could be identity politics flipped on its head against the Democrats, because do they really want to attack a trans woman, right? For as much as the Democrats go out here and talk about how we need more representation in government from, minorities, right? Transgenders included. For them to go out here and attack Caitlyn Jenner would be very hypocritical, right? Especially in a state like California that's supposed to be, one of the most liberal states in the country. I just don't see how they could get away with attacking her, right? And also, since she hasn't ever run for anything before, it's not like they have a ton of policies that they can attack her on, or any type of track record running, any type of political office to go off of. Only thing they would be able to say would have to be focused on, I guess, her being a transgender. I don't know, right? I have no clue. And also, some of the thoughts I have is like, would California Republicans go for this, right? I would assume that California Republicans are, more liberal than, let's say, I don't know, South Carolina Republicans. Okay? So would California Republicans get behind somebody like Caitlyn Jenner? Again, I mean, those are good questions, right? I have a lot more questions than answers in this video, right? And you know, what strikes me is that I've never really talked to a California Republican, so I'm not necessarily sure exactly how they feel about this issue, right? I don't know how comfortable they are with this issue. Now, you know, I do catch the Amazing Lucas's videos every now and then because he's supposed to be a conservative from California, and I'm like, man, this guy is pretty liberal, right? Like, that's my characterization of him. You know, he says he's conservative, and I'll take his word for it. But when I listen to him talk, I'm like, I don't know, man. You know, you saying a lot of stuff that's not really Republican or conservative, right? To a certain extent. But hey, it is what it is. But, you know, that just being said, you know, I would assume that California Republicans would be more liberal. But are they liberal enough to get behind somebody like Caitlyn Jenner? I don't know. Now, like I said, it would be interesting if they did, right? Because if they did, right, and they you know, actually embraced Caitlyn Jenner, that would actually serve pretty well for the Republican Party, right? Especially when it comes to the narrative that the Republican Party is anti-transgender, right? I think get behind somebody like her, right, who, again, could have a realistic shot, who knows, could be good for the Republican Party. It could be good to fight against this narrative that the Republican Party is a party of bigots, okay? Because we can, you know, point to Caitlyn Jenner and say, hey, listen, you know, we got behind her. We don't have a problem with this, right? I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, it would be a good opportunity to kind of get back at the Democrats, right? And frame them as the ones that are, you know, bigots and that really don't believe in, you know, transgender rights and whatnot. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if she actually runs and what actually happens here, because there's just so many questions that I have that I just not going to get answers to anytime soon. And I just think this is an interesting story, and it'll be interesting to see how it develops, right? Maybe another Republican will step up, right, in her place to try to take down Newsom. But, you know, who knows, right? She also is working with somebody that was formerly in the Trump campaign, right? So, you know, we don't know. Maybe she could be working a network. Maybe she could be working her political connections to, you know, make a run, right? To make a serious run. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.